G'day, how you going? G'day, how you going? Jerry, Twitter. Elon Musk just bought Twitter. $44 billion. There you go. I don't know why, I was just reading that. But anyway, let's get on to today's Tippy Tail Tuesday catch up with me and Jerry. So this week I tried to do some autumn photography. So it's now autumn in Sydney, Australia, and couldn't find any leaves that are falling and that. I'm just going to the wrong areas, I guess, and it's been raining a bit again. So I went to the city, to Centennial Park. That's usually got some autumn leaves, but no luck there. But I took some photos anyway with Jerry. But the main thing, yesterday I went to Anzac Day. So in Australia, Anzac Day is like the Remembrance Day, you know, the 11th of the 11th. It's our version of that, where we remember war veterans. And so I tested out the camera, kind of like a field trip on excursion. It's kind of like it was a good practice for, you know, on the go, kind of like journalism photography in a way, you know, event photography, I guess you would call it. And yeah, I thought some good shots. I haven't really checked them out yet because I don't really like to look at the back of the camera while I take the photos. I just wait till the end of the day and I come home and, you know, then look at them, which I haven't done yet because I'm too lazy. But it's funny with the Olympus, you get that little half a second view, just a snip before it goes off the screen, and I can usually tell when I've got a good shot, mainly if it's in focus, because crop wise I do all that later. I'm a bit lazy in that sense where I don't crop in the camera, frame it up properly. But when you're doing event photography, you've got a split second. I'm getting better at it because I'm always intentionally thinking about that. I don't want to say, oh, I'll fix it later. I want to get it right there and then. And normally what I try and do is I try and pull back a bit to get more of the shot in. So that way I do have a little leeway and play in post-production to, you know, in case I miss something, you know, missed an element of the photo. Hey Jerry, you couldn't come, Jerry. Too many people. It's just packed out because the first time that we've had Anzac Day, the marches, it's a parade. There's a lot of marching. I found I was getting like a kind of a theme going. One stupid theme was I was photographing everyone else's camera. There's a lot of journalists there, and I was filming all their gear. Hey Jerry, getting a bit of gas going there. I'm telling you now, Canon, Sony, that's it. That's all I saw, Canon and Sony's. Not one Olympus camera, you know. I guess Canon and Sony are very popular. But I can see what people say. There was a couple of DSLR guys there. I'm like, Jesus, how big is that? I mean, my wrist was killing me, and I only had the EM1 Mark II with the 14 to 150, and that's really light. But after about 3 or 4 hours, you know, holding, I even had the strap around me. Yeah, it gets a bit on the old wrist. Nothing that, you know, you can't handle. But so I took some photos there. That was good. So the thing that I noticed while I was out there on my photojournalism expedition, Rob and Jerry, the photojournalist, I'm like, what's his name? Jimmy Olsen. It became a little bit boring after a while doing the same old shot of the people marching. So I decided to turn the camera around and photograph the people instead. So I thought I'd take a different bit of an angle to it. I mean, I was doing a bit of both really, but I thought if I photograph the people, you come a bit closer, Jerry. There. You go a bit up, Jerry. There you get my head. There. Yeah, I'm thinking if I get a bit closer, if I turn the camera around and film the people watching it. So in the end, I started filming other camera people, other photographers. But I'm thinking I've got a few candid shots. Some people, I was trying to concentrate also on people who were a little bit more kooky, you know, not sounding, you know, not being, yeah, just I was trying to concentrate on like little bit things that are different. You know, I think there was one where I filmed all the guys in turbans, just a little bit different than the normal, you know, because when I'm out there, I'm looking, I mean, a lot of people, everyone does it too. It's when things are different, your eye gets drawn to it, and that's what I want to take a photo of. Now, whether it's political or controversial or funny, you know, not if it's funny or just, you know, beautiful, ugly, just everything that's not from the norm. Your eye, or you know, everyone does it. You're just like, oh, you know, what's that? That's different, and you notice it in the back of your mind. You notice it. So I'm thinking, take a photo of that. That's one way of kind of being a bit more interesting in your photography, and get rid of that clutter. There's so much clutter in the world to your eye, and it's very hard to isolate. Because if you take a photo, like when I went to Centennial Park, I took photos of the trees, and it's just clutter. It's just shit everywhere, and the eye is just like, what do you want me to look at? There's 100 trees there. There's 50 there's grass. There's nothing to concentrate on. So there's one thing that can really make your photos so boring, is just clutter. And even during the Anzac Day celebrations, there was a lot of Jerry, what are you doing? You're eating your foot, Jerry. There was a lot of shit everywhere. Not shit, but you know what I mean. A lot of subject matter, and that's the beauty of a Zoom. Because you can pick and choose what's interesting. You know, if you've got a prime, everything at 60 millimeters is only interesting, and then you got to move back and forward. But when you're in that run and gun type situation and everything's moving, the marching, and there's people, there's faces, there's a guy, you know, with a funny expression on his face, zoom in. Hey, Jerry. Anyway, that's just some ideas of what was going through my head, my thought process on the day. Plus, it was a long bloody day. I could only handle about 2 or 3 hours. Jerry, why are you crooked? Oh, Jerry! There you go. So, like I said, it does get a bit tiring out there. I don't know how these photojournalists do it, all day lugging that shit around. I've got my strap coming. A few guys commented on what to buy for the strap for the 400 millimeter. I just got an old cheapo. There was one on special. It was only like $16 plus $10 delivery. Hey, Jerry. Yes, you're a cheeky bum. And it's coming today. So you can get the spider ones, and you can get those ones where Jerry, oh mama, you can get those ones where it straps on the Peak design. The Arca Swiss, you clip it onto the Arca Swiss. I didn't realise when I was looking at that Peak design that it clips onto the Arca Swiss, and the Arca Swiss you screw it on. Anyway, I didn't end up buying that because this one's just a clip on with a strap and like a dog clip. It's piss easy, and it was only 26 bucks delivered. It's good enough for me. I don't tend to go for the expensive stuff because 9 times out of 10 it goes into the cupboard. I use it once and I never use it again. You know, a couple of months later I go, lucky I bought that because I'll use it. So that's me. So I tend to buy the middle of the range quality, unless it's something that I really need that's quality, you know, where the cheap shit doesn't work. It just doesn't work, and you know, it makes life harder for you. So go for the quality stuff because you won't regret it. You know, what do they say? Buy once, buy twice. No, I don't know. Buy cheap, buy twice. Buy expensive, buy once. You know what I mean? Get the good stuff first. That way, you keep buying the cheap stuff, and then you're gonna have to keep on, you know, buying again and again. So you get it right the first time. I don't know why I'm talking about that. Jerry, what's wrong with your ear? Yeah, I've been playing around with Luminar Neo a little bit more, and I found one little, I don't know if it's a bug or it's my computer, but on Luminar Neo, they've just recently introduced presets. It seems like Neo, it was unfinished and they rushed it through because there's a lot of shit missing. A lot of stuff I'm used to Luminar 4, which is kind of like, you know, the one that changed it all. I think the AI wasn't as powerful with all the features, but Neo is now supposed to be the combination of AI and Luminar 4. But I'm finding they just released presets, so it's like I think they're going to have hundreds of firmware updates as they go along. You know, which is a one way of doing it, I guess. You release the half-finished product, and then you keep adding to it as you go. You know, because maybe they needed the money because of the war, because they're from the Ukraine, Skylum. Anyway, this preset, it's good. I love it. Some of the presets are unreal. You know, I did that one last week with the burnt. I like that one. Jerry, did you like that one? Yeah. Yes, Jerry. And I had the cogs of that machine, whatever it was, the rusty machine. And I was going through the presets and I saw that one with the burnt film. And then I added that preset, and then I tweaked it a little bit. But what I was saying is, I don't know if it's a bug. I asked Jim Nix on a comment, and he said, yeah, I think it might be. Yeah, I don't know. He didn't really answer. He kind of said, yeah, it's a bit of a problem, but it was a bit vague. Anyway, what happens is you do the preset, and now with Neo, it's good. You go back to the editing bit, and there's a tab called Edits, and then it shows you all the edits that preset did, and then you can go into only those edits that the preset did, and you can tweak those more. Alright, that's awesome. So I go in there, I go to the edits of the presets only. As I go to edit one of the presets, it reverts back to the unedited real version of it. So I can't see what I'm doing. But then when I commit and close that bit that I was editing, then you see the final product. I don't know, whether it's page swapping, cache, I don't know what the hell it's doing. I mean, I've got a pretty powerful computer too, so it's not a big deal. It's just that you can't really see what you're doing while you're editing just that little bit. Hey, Jerry. Do you understand? Do you understand? Yes, Jerry. It's raining today, Jerry. You can't go for a walk. Raining. Yes, I know it's raining. Yes, I know it's always bloody raining, Jerry. What can I do? Huh? Hey, what's the matter now? You got a sore tummy? Huh? You got a sore tummy? Oh, Jerry. Yeah, she's been throwing up a lot. You notice she's skinny? I'm gonna go to the doctor and see what happens. Jerry, you got your tail between your leg. You come here. Alright then, you have a little rest.